come back. And I'm just so excited to have him. I'm excited because I learn a lot from Rob myself, but he's here today and he's going to talk about on Closing Bell. We're starting to bring Closing Bell back again. Now COVID's there, but let me tell you what's going on with this damn war and oil and everything else. There is no better time than you have to learn now, because you have to understand something. We have an issue, and the issue is it's not about day trading or swing trading. It's even your investments. It's your future, and you got to be prepared for it. And as Rob would tell you, we've been around the block for so many times. We've been through the financial crisis. We've been through COVID. We've been through 9/11. Things that you would even imagine would even happen. And this is not a catastrophe, but it's an opportunity for traders, and you just got to know how to trade it. You might not like what's going on. You're probably going to hope for the best, but you got to trade for the worst, and the worst is how you're going to make money doing it. So Rob's going to sit here and talk about everything that he's done, all his great strategies he's been doing. You know, he's been around for a long time. You've seen him on every station as possible. And you know what? If he's still doing it, he's obviously doing something right. So I don't want to keep blowing up your head, Rob, but you are. I love you. Thanks for coming back. I'm going to pass it over to you. And everybody, enjoy, and make sure you save your questions for him at the end.
Hey, everybody. I'm super happy to be here. I'm just honored to be here with my friend Fausto. And I don't know how long we've known each other. That's what happens when you get to be 50 years old. I don't remember when I met people anymore. So I've either known you for 20 years or 15 years or 10 years. Or
I just turned 50. So I turned in September. So it's scary. You still got
I know,
your hair.
It's crazy.
You know?
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm going to live to be 215 years old on bitterness alone. So I don't like this. I consider this to be very young. And, you know, we'll be doing a webinar like this 135 years from now. So stay with me. If you don't get it, I'll be back.
Sound of trading.
Anyway, it's great to be here. I really love talking to you. It's been a long time since we saw each other in person. We're going to announce in the coming weeks that we're both going to be in Las Vegas for the Money Show, which is a big deal. And I'm very excited about that. I had COVID twice, maybe 3 times. So I am ready to rock and roll and get out there again and see people and whatever else. So, you know, I don't know, I'll give maybe a slight introduction or a short introduction to who I am and what I do. And then if you want, I can just take it from there. So I'm going to stop sharing everybody else's screen and take it from here. My name is Rob Booker. I've been trading for about 21 years now. Some years successfully, some years not so much. I've had some good trades and bad trades, just like everybody else. I've made some videos, done a ton of podcasting. I had a radio show for 1.5 years until they kicked me off the air. I have a brand new free podcast called The Rob Booker Trading Show. It's the follow-up to the Traders Podcast, which had, I think, over 800 episodes. And I just kind of wanted to go a different direction for this year and kind of thematically change it around. This is completely free. You can find it on Spotify and Apple. It would mean the world to me if you would check that out. And I just try to bring you positive, inspirational, motivational stuff. There's never a sales pitch inside of the podcast. There's no ads or anything like that. But Fausto knows this, and many of you who know me, a lot of what I do is free. Some of what I do is not. So today I'll try to give you as much as I can. I'm going to try to over deliver on value here and try to introduce you to some concepts that are near and dear to my heart. Share with you some things that I'm working on right now. I thought I would just kick it off with a couple long-term trades that I have going on. And then that's going to lead me into sort of the conversation that hopefully we're going to have. So I'm happy to be here with you. I'm so excited to spend some time with Fausto. I'm just going to share with you right off the bat. I'm just going to share with you a couple names that I'm looking at long-term. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Don't do what I'm doing. I just want to show you what I'm doing to be transparent. And then you can see the positive and the negative and whatever else. I like SoFi. It is a currently $9.2 billion market cap. I think this is going to be bought by JP Morgan or Bank of America down the line. They have a pretty loyal customer base. I'm now a customer. I'm long SoFi right in this area here. And every time it dips, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. If it dips 10%, I'm thrilled. I buy a little bit more, and I'm planning on holding this for a very long time. I'm a long-term believer in Palantir. It's had some struggles just along with everything else. There are some significant trades on the opposite direction. So this is one I'm going to hold for a year or more. I like it for the long term. I had Roku for a while. I kept buying it on the dips. And then I finally took some profit. Even though it dropped, I actually bought it all the way down and then ended up closing everything out. This one, I think I might get back into this if it falls far enough. But for now, not really as interesting. I have a few more long-term ones that I want to share with you. So Robinhood, I think Robinhood gets bought. I know Robinhood has had its problems. It's a $10 billion company right now. A lot of naysayers about Robinhood. It's got a loyal customer base. I think it's a $20 billion company. I think it gets acquired. I think that's sort of inevitable down the line. And there's always consolidation in the brokerage industry. And this would be a nice pickup for a brokerage that doesn't have a younger demographic. I'm a real fan of Block, formerly Square. I have been building a position in this when it dropped. Every time it drops, you see these green lines when it's dropping and dropping and dropping and it reaches oversold. I just buy a little bit of it. I had some PayPal. I'm not as confident long-term in PayPal as I was a while ago. So I do have some PayPal and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it. And then long-term, really long-term, I like Zillow. Short-term, I think real estate has the potential for some problems in 2022. So this would be the one that I'm not such a fan of in 2022 of all of the ones. This is a pretty popular stock going back, but I think if real estate begins to show some cracks, this is a less interesting sector for me. And all right, so that's all I wanted to say about those. I want to actually share some other stuff with you and sort of talk to you a little bit about what I've been working on. And then we'll just take some questions and whatever else. So I'm Rob Booker. I've been trading for about 21 years. I got started in the year 2000 when my business partner fled the country, left me with about $150,000 in debt, and I wanted to punch him in the mouth. I've done better in my life with my back against the wall. I got kicked out of the house at 15 years old, lived in my car for a little while. I've always sort of sought out difficult or challenging experiences because I feel like I don't know, subconsciously I do this because I think it raises my awareness, makes me learn new things. And I think there's probably some of you here that have found yourselves in the same kind of scenario. So I like it when the markets get difficult like this. This is enjoyable for me. And I find that I do my best in markets like this. So that's why I love talking. And it's why Fausto and I are kind of doing webinars for each other this week. It's a nice time to get to know you. And it's a nice time for us maybe to develop a long-term trading related friendship. So I'm glad to be here. You might have seen me on in a few of these places over the years. I wrote 2 books that I'm proud of and then a bunch that I'm not. Adventures of a Currency Trader is the story of how I made my first big money. It's very similar to the approach that I'm going to describe to you today. Adventures of a Currency Trader is the story of how I used a spreadsheet to manage my trading passively, and it worked out really well until it didn't. And I gave back a couple of months of profit that I'd made, but I had about 4 years of really, really, really good trading from a spreadsheet back in the 2000s. And then I lost all of that in my divorce. We're still friends, bought her a house a couple of months ago. We're still friends. We don't live that far away from each other, just far enough, just far enough. And my kids live with me most of the time. My son lives with me full time. And Trading by Faith is the second book. It's a follow-up to that. And it's the story of sort of by how concentrating on things that are more important, I got it all back and much more, and found myself in a really good place in my life. So that's how things are going. That's who I am. I want to share with you my goals. I just did a YouTube video about this just a few minutes ago. I'm switching things around in 2022. I'm 50. My son's 17. He's going off to military school for his senior year of high school. I could not possibly be prouder of him. He got really far behind during COVID, and he has been digging himself, and I'm so proud of him, out of a situation If you're a member of my family, you get everything that you've got from hard work and setting things up and then enjoying the benefits of that and moving on to the next really difficult thing. And my challenge for this year has been to generate more passive income. I have been an active day trader in the currency markets, stocks and options. And this year I'm moving to platforms and ways to generate passive income. I would strongly encourage you to do this. This is the golden age of passive income. And what I mean by that is there have never been so many ways to generate passive income that have never existed before. Most of my money over the years from trading has come passively when I managed my trades from a spreadsheet back in 2004, 2000, all the way to 2008. And now I'm probably doing better at that than I've done in a long time. I'll share with you a couple of strategies that I'm using for that. You can copy both of these strategies. No sales pitch intended, but you're probably better off doing it with my help. If you don't want to do it with my help, I'm totally fine with that. It doesn't change my lifestyle one way or the other. But I think you should consider that. I'm going to take a trip with my son without electronics. We're going to take a train ride to Chicago. And I'm trying to disconnect from some of the electronic stuff this year as well and kind of go on a different vibration that's a little bit more peaceful, to use, those new age words or whatever. But I live here overlooking the lake, and I've simplified my life. I've reduced my possessions. I've reduced the circle of people that I interact with to include my children, a really wonderful person who makes my life better. And I've just sort of started to cut out some of the, not just the toxicity, but just sort of the stuff that's a distraction, and focus on more peaceful, quiet time. If that's interesting to you, great. If you want to live an active life of whatever, that's fine too. I cut sugar out of my diet a month ago. I dropped 7 pounds. I feel great. I've never felt better, I think, in my whole life. I'm 50 and I feel better. So I'm going to continue that. And that's not easy for me because I love sugar. And then for work, I'm just simplifying my daily schedule, committing to fewer things, and sort of improving the quality of my life. Now, the only one of these goals that really applies to our conversation today is the first one, passive income. And I'm doing that in 2 ways. One way, I'm just going to show you and not describe it because it takes a little while. And then, you can get in touch with me later or whatever you want. So the first way, I'm not going to teach it to you necessarily, but I am going to show it to you. So I own some crypto nodes. A node is a software and hardware combination that helps verify transactions on a network. And if you buy a node, you get paid every time you help to verify transactions. So you're basically a node inside of a multi-connected network. I bought a bunch of these, and now I generate passive income. So I bought, let's see if I can find my mouse. This happens to me all the time now on this computer. So I bought 20 of them. So I own 20 nodes. They cost me between $20 and $30. No, they cost me, between $400 and $600 each. I have a total of $10,200 invested in this. Today I cashed out for $800. I pressed this button on claim all and cashed out. I think I've already cashed out for the day. So I can't, I can't cash out again. So 0 days unclaimed. I can come back and claim them again tomorrow, but I can check on this and see how many of these I have. So let's see here. I have 23 CRN. So I'm going to buy Rob Booker 21. I'm going to buy that. That's going to connect to my MetaMask crypto wallet. And I'm going to confirm. I did a podcast about this the other day, and I was like, I don't know how to describe this in any way other than every single person I know in the world should be doing this, and most people won't. So I just bought another one. I bought my 21st node, and like I said, I put $10,200 into it, and now I buy another one with the profits every day. And then on March 20th, I will start withdrawing, and it most likely will range between $1,500 and $2,100 a day. The whole thing could blow up, or the network could go down, or whatever. But that's number one. This is not unusual for me to create passive income. It's a lot higher than usual, but we are in the golden age of passive income. There's no guarantees here. Just like any other trading strategy, it involves a substantial risk of loss. It's not suitable for everyone. Some of you are going to have 10,000 questions for me about this. And all I can say is at the end, I will share a couple of links with you, and I'll share with you how it's going if you're interested in it. It's complicated. It's not easy. It's not simple. And I'm going to move to the back room here because my dog's going to bark. So, hey, Liz, how are you? It's okay. No problem. So my assistant just came here to pick up the truck and get it inspected. So I got to pull down this shade here. All right. So how are we doing? Does anybody care about any of that stuff that I described? Was that interesting to anyone, or does it just seem like the stupidest thing you've ever seen in your life? I don't know. Like, does anybody care about that? Was that interesting to you? All right, great. Kelly, you want to just drop the link for that? I don't know any other way to say it. Kelly could drop the link for that. Kelly, we could go in a different direction here. We could go in a different direction, and I could just focus on this. Do you want me to change this up a little bit and describe this in a little bit more detail? I mean, it's not what I planned, but maybe I'll do just 10 minutes on this. Okay, well, everybody's interested. Okay, well, geez, I'm just going to do that. You guys, this is going to be super impromptu. I'll show you. This was my presentation. I will show you this. This was actually my presentation, was to share with you stuff about my trading robot and whatnot. But let me be honest with you. I'd like to maybe do call an audible here and dive into this other stuff. All right. Hey, baby, how's it going? All right. So this is baby. Everybody want to say hi? Hey, sweetheart. There you go. So Brittany and I found baby at a Ross Dress for Less in the middle of the night in Houston in a pretty sketchy area. And we have a feeling that all the stray dogs were like, wait for a Tesla. They're suckers. So wait for a Tesla. Okay. Well, give me a second here, and I'm going to pull up a different presentation, and I'm going to share with you. I'm going to talk about this, and it's an audible. It's not. We're going to call an audible here, and I'm going to describe this to you, and then I'll let you in on how we're doing it. And let me just make sure I got the right presentation. Okay. I'm going to give you a couple of warnings before I start this. I'm going to reshare my screen. I'm going to give you a couple of warnings, and I'm going to tell you a story. And then I'm going to dive into it. And we are going to go in the weeds here. So if you want to geek out on this stuff, we're going to go straight into the weeds. About 15 years ago, I was trading on a spreadsheet, and I was moving money back and forth between brokers, and I was earning interest when I parked the money. And the entire goal was to park the money and have it create passive income. And I called it the magic carry trade. If you want to Google carry trade. Carry trade is a trading strategy that involves borrowing at a low interest rate and investing in an asset that provides a higher rate of return. And I gamed the system. I found a glitch in the matrix, and I held British pounds at a high interest rate, and I sold British pounds at no interest rate, and I played brokers off of each other. And everybody told me this is going to work for a month, and then you're effed. And we rode that horse until 2008 and a half. We crushed it. And I'm talking, we were moving hundreds of thousands of dollars between brokers and using a spreadsheet. And I traveled around the world, and what I did was I spoke to every single person that I could possibly find and about 5 people did it with me. Donald Wolanin was one of them. He put his daughters through college on the money that he made. And we're talking about, like not state schools. And still the same, like everybody just told me, you are full of it. This is crazy. You're the most insane human being I've ever met. There's no way this works. And about 5 people that I remember did it together with me. I wrote a book about it. I traveled around, I went to 21 international cities and at least 15 places in the United States. I wrote a book about it. And people just went, no way. And it required $2,000 to start. At one point, Donald had $120,000 in it on either side of the trade. All right. So anyway, with that said, that's the big warning is this is very similar to that. It's not suitable for everybody. Some of you are going to go, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no way that works. And you're an idiot. So I've been doing this for 21 years. I don't need your money. I'll take it to help you do this. You can also do it on your own. I'm just telling you, this is the golden age of this kind of stuff. And it will be gone. And I will look back on this and say, I should have quadrupled down on this. And I will even kick myself. So with all of that said, this is my Sleeper Trades passive income system. And I want to say it again. That sounds a lot like trading education industrial complex speak. Like, I've got an offer for you. Yeah, I do have an offer for you, but I'm going to tell you everything you need to do, and you don't need me for this. Boy, would I love to do it together with you. We have a very small group that does this together right now. And I'll share with you more about that. So I call it the Sleeper Trade system. Warning, attempting to earn passive income from crypto is not guaranteed. It carries high risks and it's not suitable for all investors. Okay, so I had my friend on a webinar the other day. His name is Stacy James. He's retired. He's been trading this strategy with me for a while. And we do this together. We manage the group together. So there's 3 opportunities right now that I love. One is Chronodes, one is Yield Nodes, and one is Vapor Nodes or VaporFi. A node in the world of digital currency is a computer that connects to a cryptocurrency network. The node or computer supports the network. It supports it through validation and relaying transactions. And at the same time, it also gets a copy of the full blockchain and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So what is a node? Well, it's a computer program computer that helps a crypto network function by in part or in whole verifying transactions. Is this crypto mining? No, it is not. Crypto mining is different. It's costly. It takes up a ton of electricity. It will blow out your transformers in your garage, and I don't want to do it. So how does a node produce passive income? Well, let me show you exactly how that's done. So we'll go back over here to Chronodes. So this is a really weird looking website, right? What I do is a series of transactions, which I will describe to you in a moment. And that series of transactions leads me to the point of owning CRN, which is a token or a crypto. And then with that CRN, I buy a node. And what they do then is they set up the node, and then I've basically owned the rewards that come from that node. Sounds too good to be true. Well, yeah, I don't care. Today I cashed out for $800. I don't care. I don't care if it sounds too good to be true. They said, you know why an economist won't pick up a $100 bill off the street? It's because an economist won't believe that anybody would have left it there. So I don't know. That's why some economists are economists and aren't working at Goldman Sachs. Anyway, so I now own 21 of these, and I'm not going to get up to 100, although my friend Jeffrey is going to get up to 100. But my friend Stacy James and I each own about 20 of these. And once you get up to 20, they pay you 20 of these a day, and then you can buy more of them because they cost 20 each, or you can start cashing out anytime you want. You can start cashing out if you own one. So here's how you buy a node, and it's not super easy, but it's not really as difficult as it used to be. So I'm going to tell you how to do it, and you can do it with me, and you can manage it with me, or you can do it on your own. You buy CRO on the Chronos network on the Crypto DeFi wallet. So Crypto.com has a DeFi wallet. So Crypto.com DeFi wallet. So a wallet is a place where you store digital currency. And it's a holding place for digital currency. And you need to download this and put it on your phone. And you can, straight from your wallet, you can buy CRO. And that's the crypto that you buy. So just write it down, CRO. If you want me to do this with you, we could do this together or whatever, but you buy CRO. So that's step one. Just write it down. It's a pain in the tush at first. It's not easy at first. It's going to drive you crazy. It's going to make you wish you didn't listen to anything I said. And then when you get it done, you're going to be super happy that you did it. So I'm just going to show you this. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. And then I'm going to airdrop it to my computer so you can see this. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like on my phone. I go to buy CRO on the Kronos network. That's what I do. So write that step down. And then we're going to go back to the slides. So write that down, write that down, write that down 1,000 times. Okay. Then you send the Kronos to the MetaMask wallet that you've set up, and you need to set up your wallet for the Kronos network. So I'm going to dive into the weeds here. MetaMask, a crypto wallet and gateway to blockchain apps. So MetaMask is like a storage place. It's like a bucket, a digital bucket that holds some of your digital currency. And then from that holding place, you can then send it other places. And this is what it looks like when you have MetaMask. It looks like this. It's a little browser extension. It's also available on your phone. And it's a little browser extension, and it holds digital currency. So you would go to MetaMask, create an account, might call it account number 4. And you're going to set up your account to connect to the Kronos network. So you just follow these instructions here, set up Kronos network in MetaMask. And I'll post the link right here for you. There you go. That's the link to, those are the instructions. Once again, I can help you do this. You can do this on your own. There you go. So you send, once you have that set up, you use your phone app to send that currency, that digital currency that you bought, over to your MetaMask wallet. And what you do is in MetaMask, you just, right here, you go to account. I'll go back to the, I don't know why I created the account I don't need. You go to your account and you click on account details, and it gives you a QR code or an address. And you send from the Crypto DeFi wallet to MetaMask using that address. And then it pops up and it ends up right in here as CRO. So that's step 2. If your brain is melting, it took me 7 hours the first time I did this. And I lost the digital currency, I thought, for like 4 of those hours, and I was panicking. It's actually pretty simple. You just got to wait for the transaction to go through. Then you go to a website called ChronoSwap, not Corona Swap, and swap CRO for CRN. So I'll go over there and I'll show you what this looks like. So I connect this to my digital wallet. I choose CRO, which it's chosen here. And then I look for CRN. And I don't choose the max because you need some for fees. They're very small. And I could swap CRO into CRN. So I'm just going to do it right now. I'm going to do it right now and show you. I click swap and then confirm. It's going to pull up MetaMask to ask me if I really want to do this. And I'm going to confirm. And then I click there. And within just a few moments, that CRN will appear inside of my MetaMask wallet. It'll appear there. And then with that CRN, I can then buy a node. Now I need 20 to buy a node. I only have 8 in there right now. Tomorrow I'm going to get 21 more and I can buy more. Once that has transferred, I'll go to the next step. I go to Cronodes and buy nodes at cronodes.app. So then I go back over here where you saw me at the very beginning, and I type in the name of the node. I click on buy, pops up the MetaMask. I confirm the transaction, and boom, I own a node. Started buying these on February 19th. And like I said, today I own 21 of them. Tomorrow I will make 21 times whatever price CRN is trading at. So CRN is trading at $39 to $40 right now. So if it's trading at $40 tomorrow, it'll be about $800 again tomorrow. If it's trading at $20 tomorrow, crypto's wild. It'll be 21 times 20, so $400. If it's trading at 10, it'll be $200. If it's trading at 100, it'll be 100 times 21, which is something like, that seems impossible. So we're not going to go with that number. That just seems impossible. If it does happen, I will be a very happy man. And those are the steps. Those are the steps, and they're complicated, and they're a little bit frustrating at first. But once you get into it, doing a few of these to add to whatever else you're doing is, I think, really important. And I want to share just one more thought on that topic. And in order to do that, I need to go to my Google Drive. You're welcome to go there with me. And I want to share with you the concept behind this. So there's active versus passive goals. Active goals are goals where it's like, I'm setting a goal to dig 100 trenches in 100 days. Or I'm setting a goal to work out every day. And every day you got to go and you got to do the workout and you got to dig the trench, and every day go do the same work. And it becomes easier over time, but it's a goal that requires activity every day. And then there's a passive type of goal where you say, I want to set this up once, and then I want to go into maintenance mode. Buying a franchise of a restaurant. I don't want to be involved in restaurants. Buying an apartment building. Buying a bunch of Airbnbs. It takes a lot of work and setup at the beginning, but then you're in maintenance mode after that. I think a lot of traders think that the only way to do it is the active mode. Wake up every day, actively trade, boom, 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 boom. And that's great. That's great, especially if you've got a leader and a mentor like Fausto. Listen, I pay attention to what Fausto's doing. I like that. There's an element of that in my life that I really enjoy. And then I'm gradually switching over to more passive stuff where it takes a long time to set up. It requires a leap of faith. And then I'm in maintenance mode. It's not for everybody. It's not supposed to be for everybody. If the greatest ideas in the world were adopted by everyone, we wouldn't be able to do it and make any money from it. So is this the next Bitcoin? No. Is this the next NFT? That's pretty close. But it's something even different than that. It's like real estate is cheap right now, and nobody really thinks it's worthwhile. So nobody's really doing it. And there's these weirdos off to the side, me, weirdo with my hair up, and I'm doing it. And people are like, that guy's crazy. Well, I'm not crazy. I'm just comfortable with risk. So that's what I'm doing. And does that sound like, so you could start this with, right now you'd need between $500 and $800 to buy one node. So that's what you would need. And if you did that, it would take you about 20 days for that first node to pay itself off. So I think, Dean, I just answered your question, ROI. So it takes between 10 and 20 days to pay off a node. So I'm in day whatever, 11, 12, 13 or whatever. And now all of my rewards, I'm just piling them back in to buy more nodes. And then I'm building up to 50. 50 is my number. And then at 50, I'm going to start cashing out. I'm going to start taking the money off the table at 50. Maybe the crypto market will crash before then. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the future. So tax reporting. Stacy James in our group put a link in for taxes, and I will find that link. So speaking of our group, Stacy's typing right now. So we have a group of about, Stacy's typing so you can't see. I think we have 19 people in here. 20, 21 people at the most, maybe 25. That's it. It's a very small group right now. And we put videos up. And Stacy just published a video today on he's cashing out of his stuff. How he's taking his profits out. And this is just a group of 21 members, and we're doing all of this stuff together, and we're talking about it during the day, and we're helping each other out. DeFi Empire is another one. Vapor is another one. We're doing a ton of these, and that's what we do. We talk in the group, and we discuss these opportunities. And then look, I'll try again with both apps open. I had both apps on the same phone, and people have questions, people have problems, and we dive in there and we help them out. And so the end game, can anybody tell me what the end game is? I'll give, I don't know, $50 Amazon gift card. What's the end game here? What do you think my end game is? Just like income. It's just passive income. That's it. Yeah. First one was Steve Henke. Steve, send me a text. This is my actual phone number. It's just the easiest way to do it. So Steve, just send me a text, and we'll find a way to get you an Amazon gift card. It's just passive income. So I'm also trading with the robot. The robot made $80 today, $25 yesterday. It ranges between $50 and $80 a day, sometimes $100. I'm also trading with the robot. It took me a hell of a long time to set that up. I spent 8 years building and testing this robot. We started running it 8 years ago. It's taken millions of trades with thousands of traders. And some of you have been here a long time. You've heard me talk about it. This is the robot. And I'm running this now, and this produces between $80 and $100 a day. And it took for you, it might take you 2 weeks to set it up, 1 week to set it up, a few days if you're really ambitious. And then after that, it just runs. And then we have another group, and we just manage this shit in there. So that's what I do. And the goal is to provide income. The goal is not for me to dig the trenches. The goal is for me to own the franchise, not for me to work to make the burgers. The goal for me isn't to be an employee of the markets. The goal is for me to be an owner of assets. Does it break? Yes. Do trades go wrong? Yes. That's true of any investment, though. That's true of day trading, and that's true of trading hot stocks. That's not any different. Things go wrong that's a possibility all the time. This, however, is an approach where in any of these types of things that I do, we've got a lot more time to deal with the problems. And then if I overcome a problem, I'm not going in the next day and digging another trench. This is already dug. I've already built it. And now the lifestyle's different, and it's better for me. It might not be better for everybody else. And I say that all the time because a lot of this just sounds too good to be true. I don't know what to tell you. It does. It sounds too good to be true. It sounds crazy. It sounds stupidly insane. And then again, it's not. It's totally real, and we're all really doing it. So what I'd love to do now, but with your permission, I don't even know if I'm allowed to do this in here. So if Fausto or Greg or anybody wants to make sure, I'll share with you the link. So if you want to sign up and do this together with me, you can do it. Now, if you don't want to, that's fine. No pressure, but I'd love to share the link with those of you who would be interested in trading this with me. So does anybody want the link? Because I'll put it in there if you do. And if you don't, then I'll take a few questions. All right, just even one person said yes. So who's ready to get started? This was from the sales related webinar we did the other day. Go to robbooker.com/crypto. And there you go. It's $9.95, so it's not cheap. It's not free. But I get paid for my time, and hopefully you make your money back. And of course, if you hate me and it's terrible for you, you just let me know. I don't think it's listed in here. So this is for you guys and for Fausto's group. If you hate me and you don't want to do it anymore or whatever, just call us and ask for your money back. It's okay. It's like, I'm not in this to, like, this is legit. You're not going to call me. You're not going to call us and ask for your money back. You're not going to do it, but it's always there if you need to. That's how I would want to be treated. And Karen says, you don't even need to say all of that about refunding. Yeah. No, I love you all. I just love the heck out of you. Yeah, it's a one-time thing. You're in. Like with what I'm trying to do here is I would like to have 30 people in the group. So we've got 21 people in there now, like 9 more people. We'll take 50 more people, but optimally, if 9 of you want to do this together, it would be easy to get to know you by name. It would be easy to invite you out to the office and hang out and have a drink and, eat some food and whatever else. Yeah, some folks get the card and then auto charge. There's none of that business going on. No, there's no auto charge. We can't do it. I can't auto charge you. Like my side of the company can't auto charge you. So this was a hell of a lot of fun and not what I planned on doing.
So it went well, Rob. You did a great job. And you know what? Listen, it looks like a lot of people are signing up, and I love the idea that you were giving, a money back. Listen, fellow traders, what do you have to lose? You understand? The thing is this, you got to learn before you can earn. And that's my motto I always go by. So, and you need to try a little bit of everything, I tell everybody. You know what? Listen, crypto's making a great comeback. I actually traded the stock. I bought it yesterday. I bought it a little late though. I don't trade the crypto. I trade more of the stock. I traded coin. So, obviously hearing what's going on with Putin was saying something that he's going to try to get away from, using his money and use crypto and stuff. So even if you don't trade crypto, you still need to understand how it works. And it was just great how you explained it, Rob, about opening up that account and everything else. And, sometimes you just buy one crypto and you're on your way. But thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, it's pretty, I don't know, Fausto, like I've watched you speak live at a conference and I've watched somebody at the back of the room kind of, whisper to their friends, like, this guy, whatever. And I'm like, I know him. Like, I've seen him. I've seen his account. I've been to see him in person. Like, I know this guy. It's like, listen, the fact that we're out there and we talk about it and we're public about it and whatever, it, sort of opens you up. And I invited, like, it opens you up to a certain level of scrutiny. And I'm fine.
It always does.
And on the other hand, it's like, I'm happier than I've ever been. These are my best friends in the world. Like, the people who sit next to me and do videos together with me are my former students who got good at it. And then I just pass the baton on to them, give them a chunk of money, and then they run that service. And then I get, some of my life back and I move on to the next idea. Like, that's how I run my business. Like, all of the instructors that work with me, I don't think any of them make less. Well, I'm not going to say what they make, but they make a really great living. And they're all my former students that bought something. It's just, I don't know. It's a great life.
You know what I do, Rob? Like, just exactly what you say. And I know a lot of my students here feel the same way. I interview all my students. I tell them point blank, listen, I'd rather not train you at all because you and I know if we want to, I tell everybody, we can get like 4,000 or 5,000 people on our webinar. We could charge you subscriptions, everybody else. But what does that do for you? And how do you think we're going to sustain that? It's like a restaurant. You're the number one restaurant in the industry, and you only have 20 tables, but you got 50,000 people outside when you get in. The kitchen can't handle it. You know what I mean? And you're not going to get the quality. So you're better off letting someone interview you, let you know if it's for you. You hear Rob, who's just trying to explain to it. It's a very small group, and that's how it has to be. That's how you make it more valuable. You just want to pay for your expenses, and that's what that fee is for everybody else. That's all we're looking for. The whole idea is kind of trading with each other, that's
all do
true. It. And that's where people don't really get it. You know what I mean? They look for other things, but I tell them, listen, you know what? You got to try a little bit of everything. And you just got to find the right group, and you don't want to be in these big groups. It sounds good, looks great, but you ever go to a free concert? It's like, I'd rather pay the $50-$100, and they get a seat, they get lodged or get shot or killed. You saw what happened in Chicago.
It's like a lot of fun. I don't know. It's just it's just a really great time to be involved in the markets. It's like this is the golden age of retail trading. There's just never been a time like this. And there's a barrier to entry, and that's education. And that's like I'll do as much of it as I can for free like this. And then there's just a small group of people that, like there's like sometimes there's just like you get a connection with somebody, and then they become a student, and then become a friend, and then they become a teacher. And it's like a really great, it's been 21 years that I've been doing this, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, a lot of my students also, they became educators. They started their own schools. They started their own groups, and you want that. You want people to succeed, and that's what it's about. But with that said, listen, Rob, thanks for coming. I appreciate you being here, and I think everyone loved it, what's going on, and hopefully a lot of people could take you up on your offer. And if not, listen, we'll be back, and we'll do another one. And listen, sometimes it takes a while for you to hear it over and over again before you realize it. Listen, I know people are anti watching the news and TV. When the more you watch the news, the more you see what's going on in the world, the more you get to realize you need mentors like us to kind of show you what's going on in this world, because we do it every single day. And for being around this long, I mean, obviously it tells you something. So, Rob, I look forward to seeing you in Vegas, but hopefully see you before then. And everyone else, like I said, take him on his offer, and we'll see you all back here next week on Closing Bell again. All right.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks so much for letting me introduce you to my dog, too. I'll see you all later.
I have cats, so they don't scream. So don't call me, I'm a cat guy. So.
Did you see this new channel in our company? We got a channel now for people who have owned pets, and everybody's just putting their photos of their pets in this channel in Slack. It's my favorite.
You know what? I'm gonna put my pet on there, and I think you guys are gonna freak out. I don't know, Rob. Do you know I have a home living channel I started?
No, what?
Yeah, I have a home living channel. I raise chickens, backyard chickens. So it's a hobby. Listen, we have a lot of time on our hands. So write it down, Fausto Home Living, on YouTube, and check out. I think you're gonna
I'm
like
all
it.
in. Fausto Home Living. This is the greatest thing ever.
Oh, well, there's the channel right there. Well, there's the website, but it is the first video.
Oh my gosh, this is so great. Okay, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Enjoy it, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye for now.